The greatest trials in history were not faced by kings, warriors, or rulers, but by the chosen servants of Allah who carried the heaviest responsibilities. Among them was Prophet Musa, whose life was filled with challenges that tested his courage, patience, and complete trust in Allah. From the moment he was born, his journey was surrounded by danger. A powerful ruler who feared the rise of a child ordered the killing of newborn sons among the people of Bani Israel. Yet, even in the darkest moment, Allah's plan was greater than the plans of any human being. Musa was placed in a small basket and set upon the river by his mother, following Allah's command. What seemed like a heartbreaking decision became the beginning of a miraculous journey. The same child who was feared by a tyrant was brought into the very palace of that tyrant. But this was only the beginning. Years later, Musa would stand against one of the most powerful rulers on earth, face rejection from his own people, experience moments of fear and uncertainty, and lead an entire nation toward freedom. His greatest trial was not only about confronting an enemy, it was about maintaining faith when the situation seemed impossible, trusting Allah when there appeared to be no escape, and continuing forward when the path was filled with obstacles. The story of Prophet Musa teaches us that true strength does not come from having an easy life. It comes from having unshakable faith during the hardest moments. And the most difficult trials often become the moments where Allah's greatest plans are revealed. After years of preparation, Prophet Musa was given a mission that seemed impossible by human standards. He was commanded by Allah to return to the very place where he once escaped and stand before the most powerful ruler of his time, Pharaoh. Pharaoh was not an ordinary leader. He had immense power, a massive army, and complete control over the people of Egypt. He considered himself above everyone and forced Bani Israel to live under oppression and hardship. Facing such a ruler required more than courage, it required complete trust in Allah. When Musa received the command to deliver Allah's message to Pharaoh, he knew the danger ahead. He remembered his past, his fear of returning, and the weight of the responsibility placed upon him. He even asked Allah to strengthen him, support him through his brother Harun, and make his task easier. But the challenge was not only Pharaoh. Musa also had to guide a people who had suffered for generations. Many among them carried fear, doubt, and uncertainty because they had lived under oppression for so long. They needed a leader who could remind them that Allah's help is always greater than any human power. When Musa finally stood before Pharaoh, he did not rely on wealth, armies, or worldly strength. He stood with the truth given by Allah. This moment teaches a powerful lesson. Sometimes Allah places us in situations that seem beyond our ability, not because we are weak, but because those moments reveal the strength that comes from faith. And Musa's greatest challenge was only beginning, as the struggle between truth and falsehood was about to reach its most dramatic stage. The story of Prophet Musa is not only about miracles, but also about the hidden lessons found behind every difficult moment. His greatest test revealed how faith, patience, and trust in Allah can transform impossible situations into victories. One of the deepest lessons from Musa's journey is that Allah's help often arrives when everything appears to be lost. When Musa stood before Pharaoh, he did not have worldly power or a large army. What he had was something far greater: complete belief in Allah's command. Another lesson is that fear does not mean a person has weak faith. Musa experienced fear, but he did not allow it to stop him. True courage is moving forward while trusting Allah, even when the heart feels uncertain. His journey also teaches the importance of patience. The people of Bani Israel had suffered for years, and their freedom did not come instantly. They had to learn that Allah's timing is always perfect. The trials faced by Musa remind us that every hardship carries wisdom. What seems like a closed door may actually be the beginning of a greater plan. And as Musa's story continued, the greatest test was approaching, a moment when he and his followers would face a situation where only Allah's protection could save them. Prophet Musa faced moments where fear and uncertainty could have stopped anyone. Yet his journey shows that true faith does not mean never feeling afraid. It means trusting Allah even when fear appears. When Allah commanded Musa to face Pharaoh, he knew the risks ahead. He was returning to a place where his past was remembered, standing before a ruler who had power over life and death. But Musa did not depend on his own strength. He turned to Allah and asked for guidance, confidence, and support. Allah strengthened his heart and reminded him that he was never alone. With the support of his brother Harun, Musa continued his mission with patience and determination. The greatest transformation happened when Musa stopped looking at the size of the challenge and focused on the greatness of Allah. Pharaoh had armies, wealth, and authority, but Musa had something far greater: divine support. This lesson remains powerful today. Difficult situations may create fear, but faith gives the courage to continue. When a person trusts Allah sincerely, even the hardest paths can become a journey towards strength and success. The greatest trial of Prophet Musa reached a moment when human strength seemed completely powerless. After delivering Allah's message to Pharaoh and facing rejection, Musa and the believers were forced to leave Egypt, but behind them was Pharaoh's powerful army, and ahead of them was the vast sea. To the people with Musa, the situation looked impossible. They felt trapped between danger and uncertainty. But Musa remained firm, because his trust was not in the circumstances. His trust was in Allah. At that critical moment, Allah showed one of the greatest signs in history. Musa was commanded to strike the sea with his staff, and by Allah's permission, the waters parted, creating a path of safety for the believers. This miracle was not only a rescue from danger, it was a powerful reminder that no problem is greater than Allah's power. The same sea that appeared to be an obstacle became the path to freedom. Pharaoh's army followed, but their arrogance and oppression could not overcome Allah's plan. The people who were once weak and oppressed witnessed the power of divine help. The miracle of Musa teaches us that when every door appears closed, Allah can create a way where no one expects one to exist. Faith and patience can turn the most impossible moments into signs of hope. The journey of Prophet Musa was not only a battle against external enemies, it was also a test of patience, leadership, and emotional strength. Carrying the responsibility of guiding an entire nation was a heavy burden, and Musa faced moments of disappointment and difficulty. After being saved from Pharaoh, the people of Bani Israel still struggled with fear, impatience, and uncertainty. Despite witnessing Allah's signs, some found it difficult to remain steadfast. This created another challenge for Musa, who had to guide them with wisdom and patience. There were moments when Musa felt the weight of his mission, but Allah continuously guided and supported him. Every hardship became a lesson, and every challenge strengthened his connection with Allah. Musa's story teaches us that leadership is not only about giving commands, it is about showing patience, understanding people, and staying committed even during difficult times. The greatest transformation happened when Musa learned that true strength comes from relying completely on Allah. His struggles became the foundation of a legacy that continues to inspire millions. And through every test, Allah showed that those who remain patient and faithful are never truly alone. The journey of Prophet Musa leaves behind a timeless message about patience, faith, and trusting Allah's wisdom. His life was filled with moments where the situation appeared impossible, yet every challenge carried a hidden purpose. Musa teaches us that success is not always about having power or control over events. True success comes from remaining connected to Allah during the hardest moments. When others saw fear and uncertainty, Musa saw the promise of Allah's help. His patience was tested many times while facing Pharaoh, while guiding his people, and while dealing with the struggles of those who doubted. But he continued with determination, because his mission was greater than his personal difficulties. The greatest lesson from Musa's story is that hardships do not mean Allah has abandoned someone. Sometimes, trials are the path through which Allah builds strength, increases faith, and prepares a person for a greater purpose. Every believer faces challenges, but the story of Musa reminds us that patience with faith can change the outcome of any situation. When we trust Allah sincerely, even the longest and most difficult journey can lead to victory and peace. The greatest trial of Prophet Musa leaves a message that continues to guide hearts across generations. His story reminds us that no difficulty is greater than Allah's power, and no hardship lasts forever. Musa's journey teaches that patience, faith, and trust in Allah can turn fear into strength and obstacles into opportunities. When life feels impossible, remember the lesson of Musa. Allah can create a way even when there seems to be no path. His story is
It was
not
about
only a history
maintaining
of miracles,
faith
it
when the
is a reminder
situation
that
seemed
true victory
impossible.
belongs to those who remain faithful, patient, and connected to Allah.